Alright, hey guys!
How's it going?
And we begin this. We're gonna try this one again. I think I'll actually start off with, Stone Man this time.
I didn't notice this last time, but there's a lot of blue here. Blue and purples.
Oh no, please. Oh, ooh.
Okay, we have some oranges and grays. My worries are alleviated. Okay, we're good so far.
So far, man, is like blue the best thing that we've seen so far, isn't it? One day...
That's how we'll describe the first video. It's just blue. The whole video is blue.
Well, the whole lost footage.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
It was good too, and it was just us commenting about how blue this Mega Man game was.
Yeah. It's pretty much anything that could have been an interesting color, they just made some shade of blue. And it's just it was the same repetitive tone of blue, stage in and stage out for several different Robot Masters just off the top of my head.
And that happened, that's the first time that has ever happened. We should all feel privileged to have witnessed how bad I am at this. I'm playing too much Mega Man and bass.
That's probably used to something that's a little slower pace because, well, I love that particular title. It is slower compared to the other Mega Man titles.
Oh yeah, it is. And then all the levels are worse than all the other Mega Man titles, so you're like, how is this even possible? Like Burner Man stage, for instance. God, kill me, please.
Now, aside from... Hell, even counting the giant... I can't remember what the heck it's called off the top of my head.
The cave robot?
It's kind of a giant telly that shoots flame.
Yeah.
There's nothing in that stage that was particularly bad.
Oh, I know, but... I thought I was gonna fall.
Yeah.
Oh, check this out.
And a nice hidden meat tank? Sure, why not?
At least they're generous enough to give me that.
Yep.
Could have been like other Japanese ROM hackers like that Rockman 2 Claw and say, okay, go through Metal Man stage. It's all conveyor belts and ridiculous things, have fun.
Yeah, well, clearly they're a bit more generous here, at least a little more benevolent. I think it has something to do with the fact that you were actually in on Yoshi's Island instead of a proper Mega Man title right now.
Yeah. And the music's even from Yoshi's Island.
I'll have to take your word for it, because I remind you, when we're doing these Skype recordings here, I get your audio, but I don't get the audio from the video on this end.
Yeah. Which is why you're gonna like Charge Man stage once you see the video. Just trust me, you will.
Yeah. Remind me, this is Stone Man stage, I think?
Yeah.
There we go. This time in a little preparation, I grabbed the Robot Master Field Guide in advance.
Oh, there we are.
So let's see what he's got for Stone Man here. I got his page open now. Okay. Stone Man is a combat robot designed by Dr. Wily to take control of a tall mountain in order to assist Gyro Man in his takeover of the Sky Gardens. As his namesake implies, his outer armor is comprised entirely of very strong stone bricks. Despite his heavy body, Stone Man can make enormous leaps, though if he jumps too high, he risks his body temporarily breaking apart on the from the shock of landing. Also befitting his name is his primary weapon, the Power Stone, an attack that sees Stone Man launch 3 boulders that rotate outward in a spiral pattern from a central point. Stone Man's combat abilities were modified in later battles. His Power Stone attack was altered to instead create a large stone hand that moves along the ground towards his target, and he also gained the ability to create brick walls to block incoming attacks.
AKA, that's the... Oh, wait.
Power Battle. Or
yep.
Power Fighters, I don't remember which one.
I think it was Power Fighters. It's the Stone Man with the weapon that didn't suck.
Yep. Alright, the last line here, pretty much. Stone Man has a strong will, which makes him prone to stubbornness. He likes to take walks while sipping oil, and is not fond of those who are stingy. He and Gutsman are known to be good friends.
Also, you can ride these enemies... Oh. But yeah, you can ride those little motorcycle enemies. You couldn't do that in the original, interestingly enough. You also have
to make it resembles a character or kind of a feature that was out of Yoshi's Island, so... Considering his age, it makes perfect sense, right?
And then we have these, I don't know how to explain what those look like. I don't know what they look like.
Very suggestive bullets.
Yeah! Oh, come on! This is very suggestively going terrible. So Dr. Wily...
In this entry, Stone Man was pretty much just something used to help Gyro Man get his job done.
Because Gyro Man is the best Mega Man 5 Robot Master. Ow. Well, him and Crystal Man are up there together.
You know what I find disappointing about this particular book?
What?
As far as I can tell, I looked through the pages, I don't see any reference to Sniper Joes here.
Oh.
I don't see any pages dedicated to Sniper Joes. And that's disappointing.
It must be.
You'd think so, except, no. In the entire S section... Let me start the first... Get the first S here. Okay.
Oh,
Saturn,
come on!
Searchman.
Searchman! Yes! I don't know why, but I love him.
Yeah.
Oh, I just played
Shademan,
the...
Shadowman, Sheepman, Skullman, Slashman, Snake Man,
Smake Man.
Solar Man, Sparkman. There's a lot of S's here. Splash Woman, just for variety. Spring Man, Starman, Stone Man, Strike Man, Sunstar, and then Sword Man.
We're doing Starman stage again because, well, yeah. Stone Man didn't go too well.
Yep. And now we've gone from Yoshi's Island to Dreamland. Why not?
Kind of a big leap, huh?
And this ROM hacker really liked his Nintendo.
He liked his Kirby.
And now it's Attack of the Flicker.
Yeah. That's a common issue in this thing. Like, it's not very common, but it happens every now and then, and it gets really irritating. But you get around it, and it's not that bad.
Well, the NES has had its limitations. There's only so much you could work with there.
As unfortunate that is, the truth. And that one up fell.
Well, it's not like you needed it anyway. Side note, you probably would have needed it.
Yeah. Oh, God. Close quarters meteors. That's great. Whew.
Nice little hiding spots.
I like that idea.
Now, how are you going to get that M?
I'm gonna grind some energy here try to get some energy.
That works too.
Yeah, that is a nice consolation prize.
Yeah, because you needed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed, I did. Oh, it starts me off back here. Good. Well, not really good, but decent.
Not as much backtracking, sure.
That was dangerously close to me falling.
Alright, now you got the M.
And now I
let's
got
see if
hit.
you can get the ladder in one piece.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh. What the hell are these things called again?
I don't know, but they offend me.
I call them, bootleg tellies. There we go. Oh dear.
Unfortunately, I don't happen to have the manual handy for this particular title. So I can't exactly refer to the name. And then,
I like the Gordos from Kirby up there. Yeah, they called Spike's Gordo. Oh, and Dr. Wily's phallic bullet strikes again. Return of the Invisible Space Mets and more. Oh my god. Oh. Good. Good, he's gone.
let's see. And unfortunate. But babe, you're at the boss gate, so...
Yeah.
So, right side, you won't have to backtrack much further.
Ha! Look at the
And what's
constellation.
Wily doing up there?
Oh! So I guess he shoots it faster on the ground this time around, huh? That's about it. Wow. Okay, Starman, you're still pretty easy.
Yeah, he shoots it fast as a whole. Yeah, that's definitely moving a lot faster.
Indeed. Okay. Alright, Starman.
Basically, if you have a full health bar, you should be able to get through it pretty easy.
Yeah, Starman, you will not be an issue.
Yeah, because the power shot works well enough here.
Oh god, I hate it when he does that. Erg. What? It tracked me! Oh wow, that's something. That's something, Starman.
Second.
This is my last try. It is. Come on. We can do this.
I'll be right back.
Don't get nervous, me.
Alright, come back in. Yep, the fight's still going on. And it looks like it's going in our favor.
Ha! Yes!
And down goes Starman.
Celebratory drink. Ugh. Oh, it's nice to be hydrated. And the Mario Brothers 3 Giant Land map theme is playing. Doo, doo, doo.
Oh, that's different.
It is. Well, Alright, Gyro Man is the weak to the Star Crash in this one. And he's unusually gray this time around, isn't he?
Yep.
And another Kirby level. With Kirby music again.
I'm pretty sure this ROM hacker is just a general Nintendo fan.
Yeah, but I think it's more specifically oriented towards Kirby more so than the other ones. There's a special place in his heart for Kirby, I guess.
As long as the stages aren't all blue, I don't care.
Yeah, now it's all gray. But it works, because Gyro Man is gray.
Oh
Quick
no, there's
change.
some lilac blues and then purples. This color here, that's the point.
Quick changing weapons, a feature in this apparently. How useful. And donut blocks. Yeah, with certain tricks you can shoot through their shield, which is interesting.
Yep.
What? Oh.
That could have gone better.
Much better. Do-do-do-do. Mario Brothers 3 Game Over theme. Interesting. That's my excuse for dying. I'm showing off the soundtrack, that's all.
Yes, of course.
You gotta be creative when you do this kind of thing.
Now think about it. Okay, Gyro Man. They have an entry for Fake Man in this book, but nothing on the Joes. That's just Christmas.
Come on, well, I don't know, was there a Snapper Joe Robot Master?
No, technically not.
Unfortunately. That'd be an interesting one.
Alright, I got Gyro Man's page open now. When jet propulsion proved too costly, Dr. Wily developed Gyro Man to specialize in propeller-based flight, a cheaper flight solution the high-flying Roadmaster would actually come to prefer. So basically, a budgetary issue. That's what led to Gyro Man's existence.
Best budget issue I've ever had.
Yeah. Alright, continuing on then. Wily then had Gyro Man occupy the Sky Gardens and collect entry fees from visitors, presumably to fund his other operations. Unfortunately, Gyro Man's takeover of the gardens led to a drop in attendance, leaving him to grumble over his boredom.
That's quite sad.
Ironically, that general concept didn't come up from nowhere. I remember some of the Riga Megamix ones, or was it Gigamix? I can't remember from what set. But the Gigamix involved, I believe, Gyro Man and a few others from this particular title actually getting part-time jobs in an amusement park in order to help fund Wily's other plans. That actually did come up in one of the Riga mixes.
That's really good. That's poor Gyro Man. Yeah. One of the best designs, forced to. Seriously, you'd think Wily would assign him to do some combat because he's probably fast. Considering less weight from the jets, right?
Yep.
But nope, here, just collect fees. Wily was a fool.
I'd read the rest of the entry, but admittedly, some of the stuff after that, it's just not entertaining enough for, in Gyro Man's case, it isn't as funny as the other one. Some of the other entries out there.
So it's not the dentist of the future?
Yeah, he's not the dentist of the future. He's just an amusement park operator that wasn't particularly good at his job.
Another extra.
The only other thing to note that is he likes propeller-based toys. That's what they tossed him.
Of course.
Yeah.
So do I, though.
I remember they had a more entertaining take on him and everyone else from this particular title in the Riga Mix series.
Yeah, I'd guess. So as we dive...
On that note, if anyone watching this doesn't already have it, get the Udon translated Rockman Megamix and Mega Man. 1 second, I can't talk right now. I'm so tired. The Mega Man Gigamix books, if you don't already have them.
Doesn't that one have the Game Boy bosses in it?
Really great books.
Doesn't that one have the Mega Man Game Boy bosses in it, like Sunstar and stuff?
Those are the Gigamix ones, yes.
Then yes, go buy them right away. Buy 2 of them.
Anyway, I was lucky enough when they actually asked Riga to come in. Would have been a few years ago for Fan Expo. I actually had him sign the first. 1 second, the first Megamix book off the top of my head.
That's
as
awesome.
well as a copy of Streets of Rage 2, since he actually worked as one of the pixel artists on that title.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I still have his business card around here, actually. He handed that out when he was signing stuff at his booth, or at the Udon-based booth there.
That's crazy. You must have felt really lucky.
Yeah, it was really nice there. I was meeting at the time with someone who was actually running the Mega Man themed fan site, Mechanical Maniacs.
Oh. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, pretty much on top of, I'm not sure what the best, some odd team stuff on there, but most of it is actually covering a bunch of different odds and ends about the Mega Man series. And last time I talked to him, which was actually just earlier this week, he mentioned that he was continuing a series that was kind of started by him and a few other people on the site to make a kind of a Mega Man Soccer conversion project to make Mega Man Soccer equivalent sprites for basically every major character that has popped up in some sort of Mega Man themed media.
Huh. So
Which apparently included the Ruby Spears cartoon, he told me.
yes, they have the Ruby Spears
He's
cartoon.
doing stuff based off people that appeared from that one, as well as the new Archie comic series, the older Dreamwave one, so on and so forth.
Oh, Gyro Man's a bit faster here, isn't he?
Yep. Although with the cloud cover missing, you can see how he just teleports around.
Yep. I love that, though. He wasn't that great of a boss in this, but in that air sliding ROM hack that you probably saw that video on, he was amazing. Oh, there we are. About time, now you can read another entry.
Okay, moving on to the next entry.
Also, the, defeating the boss plays the Kirby victory theme, too. Yes! Okay.
Not gonna complain about Rush Jet being tossed into 2.
And Gyro Man, actually, in this one, beats Gravity Man.
Yeah. Ew, that's weird, but okay.
It was the other way around in the original. Oh, God. Whoa, whoa.
Well, that's a different color scheme.
Has Gravity Man been doing something we don't know about? Oh. Clearly we're missing out on something here. Oh.
Okay, that didn't work.
Why didn't the gravity flip?
I believe it because it hates people.
Mega Man's a robot.
It looks like people.
I suppose. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Pretty
I guess you
finicky.
need to walk a little further to trigger it.
Oop. I would say the names of these enemies, but they're probably all really hard to say things because Dr. Wily can't come up with conventional names.
Well, pretty much you just look at some of the designs and how they end up getting kind of repetitive later on. Yeah, he just started running out of ideas, let's be honest here.
Yeah. Oh dear, this screen looks like it'd be a mess without.
Oh, that sucked. The items have their regular gravity, but you, not so much.
Unfortunately, no. Oh,
Yeah.
that split-second timing there. Whoa! Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see this is going to be quite interesting. Wait a minute.
Rush Jet, yes.
Oh!
Okay, that didn't work out at all.
Rush Jet! No, Rush, come back! Let's try that again.
Leave Rush is the anti-Yoshi. He won't save your ass that way.
Oh, there we are. I'm glad that...
Alright. Before it gets too far in the stage, okay, let me I've pulled up Gravity Man's entry here. Okay. Another one of Dr. Wily's mini combat robots. Gravity Man has the ability to control gravity using an experimental device installed in his body. Able to effortlessly manipulate the gravity inside the anti-gravity research complex, he took over the facility and attempted to protect it from Mega Man. Despite being a combat robot, Gravity Man's offense is lagging, consisting only of a weak shot cannon. He compensates for this shortcoming with the gravity hold, which allows him to manipulate both his own gravity and that of nearby objects and people. With this ability, he can send his opponents soaring to the ceiling above or plummeting back down to the ground and collide with them in mid-flight, making fighting him a rather tricky proposition despite his limited offensive potential. aka he sucks.
Yeah.
And now for the flavor text I got from here. Gravity Man is a passionate researcher of science, with physics being his favorite field of study. He's not a very social robot, however, and has a tendency to avoid conversations with other robots by hiding on the ceiling, even if they are weaker robots than he. Gravity Man also dislikes outer space, likely because there is little gravity there.
I'm sorry, my friggin' headset unplugged itself.
Yeah.
And thus it got me killed. Do I have to get that R again? Oh, whatever. So that's Gravity Man, huh?
Yep.
Why don't we read on about our next guy, Crystal Man, while we wait?
Alright, let me pull up Crystal Line here.
I wonder, can I make this jump?
I haven't gone to his entry just yet, but as a side note, they do have an entry for Doc Robot.
Go to that one then. Why not? Fill-in time, right?
Yeah.
We'll do Crystal Man's at his stage.
Yeah, Doc Robot K176, alternatively known as Doc Man or simply Doc Robot, was created by Dr. Wily to be able to emulate the abilities and behaviors of other robots simply by installing the program data from those robots into it. The scientists created 8 models of Doc Robot K176, each possessing the program data of one of Wily's robot masters from EWN 9 to 16. Beyond the program data it utilizes, it is unknown whether or not Doc Robot K176 possesses any form of personality or advanced artificial intelligence of its own. So basically, it's a shell.
Well, yeah, that was kinda...
A shell with a kind of a skull for a face.
Yeah, there we go. I'm doing better here. I shouldn't talk. Well, the good news is at least...
Everyone's favorite part of the stage again.
Thank God for the rush jet. Doing that without it was terrible. I did it once.
It ended late, yes.
You know, I think we should use the gyro attack here. Alright, mouse, take this. So just look up random robot masters while we raid. Stuff that sounds interesting, I suppose, that aren't the ones in this game. Let's go to Splash Woman and see what Dr. Light had in mind for that.
1 second, pulling Splash Woman. Going through the many different S's here. Alright. Modeled after a mermaid by Dr. Light, Splash Woman's original function before joining the robot revolt was rescuing swimmers and ships lost at sea. Though she possesses a beautiful voice and frequently enjoys karaoke, it is rumored that she has turned down numerous invitations into the world of show business. Splash Woman wields the laser trident, which emits a laser capable of completely penetrating tough surfaces such as shields and the hulls of ships.
So wait, it's a sea rescue robot that can destroy the ships it needs to rescue.
Yep.
That... Dr. Light. Dr. Light, what the... Dr. Light.
Yep.
Isn't he the biggest fool?
Possibly if you need to give the ship capsize or something like that. Yeah, that could have gone better.
Yeah, I was trying to get that E-tank and I don't think I should get greedy.
If the ship capsized or something, then okay, it kind of makes sense why it might be useful. But here, karaoke.
Yeah.
Does that mean that she goes to karaoke with Gutsman? Is that something else that's constantly been attributed to Gutsman?
That... Go look up Gutsman now.
Yeah. And apparently Gutsman hangs out with Concrete Man as well as Stone Man, so... Which, oddly enough, kind of makes sense because when you look at it, they have the same look.
Yeah.
This one's a derivative of Gutsman.
Well, Dr. Wily and Dr. Light, I think they both really did like Gutsman a lot. Everyone
likes Gutsman a lot, that's why he keeps popping back up in one form or another. It's like you got the Guts Dozer in Mega Man 2, in Mega Man 7. You got Gutsman there as well, in one form or another.
Just can't get enough of Gutsman, I guess, eh?
And if probably if you were really to look through all the different Mega Man titles, you just realize they just keep throwing Gutsman in there.
Yeah.
It's pretty much in the racing title, Battle and Chase, Gutsman. He doesn't exactly fit well for someone who is supposed to be in a racing environment. I'm pretty sure he makes an appearance or two in Rockboard.
What the hell is Rockboard?
The Famicom-based... One second, let's picture. It's kind of a board game, or a digital board game kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds...
kind of a digital board game, kind of Monopoly-esque, but with Mega Man characters. Only you don't actually play as a Mega Man in that title. Instead, the playable characters would be Dr. Light, Dr. Wily, Roll, Kalinka, and
okay, this is needlessly...
I think Dr. Cossack as well. I'm not sure about that one off the top of my head.
Oh, bless me.
I don't think that's the weakness there.
It is. Look, it's doing like 4. Look it.
Okay, now I saw it.
It's just freaking hard to hit with.
Yeah.
Oh, good lord.
For that silliness.
And this means we are going on to Crystal Man! Sorry. Every time I think of Crystal Man, I think of, 70s rock bands. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
I don't know. Crystal Man just sounds like a song, like, a beat-down rock band would sing. Anyways, let's go to Grey Crystal Man.
Most people would probably go with the crystal ball gag just as a fortune teller bit or something like that, but rock band, I don't see that one there. Speaking of which, yeah, they do throw in a fortune teller joke here for Crystal Man. Right here on the kind of the quote attributed to him. I'll show you a future.
So what's Crystal Man say? Or what's
That's
the
what he
entry?
says.
That's it? That's the only entry?
Oh no, that's what it says for his quote on that page. Alright, in terms of his entry itself, here it goes. Crystal Man was created from raw crystal ore and other crystalline materials mined by Dr. Wily, who subsequently used the Robot Master's unique ability to create artificial crystals to make money. Later, Wily would modify that same ability for offensive purposes. Okay, so basically Crystal Man was made to make big crystals in order to get rich.
That seems to be a recurring...
Meaning there was a pattern with this particular sequence of Robot Masters for this title. It's pretty much... having them fight was kind of seems to be kind of a second thought.
Yeah. Dr. Wily was more of a let's get some money kind of guy.
Yep. The result of those modifications was the Crystal Eye, a large spherical crystal that splits into 3 smaller crystals upon hitting a wall, all of which can ricochet off of solid surfaces. In addition to this, Crystal Man can fire energy shots from the crystals emanated in his stomach. Crystal Man can be described as cool and mysterious, though shady and secretive wouldn't be inaccurate either. He seems to favor the mystical, as he enjoys fortune-telling and dislikes scientists.
And then he works for one.
Yes. We are all aware of the irony of Crystal Man's existence.
What?
As you were undone by a Crystal Joe.
Crystal Joe must be like... maybe he can partially see my future?
I don't know. It's not that one Joe.
No, it is not the
It was that
revenge
one Joe
Joe.
that it would have been. You would have been done in one hit.
I would have been, yeah, because you would have knocked me into a pit.
Yes, and then proceed to fall off that pit and land into parts unknown.
Probably somewhere safe.
Yep.
Because he'd find a way back up and wait.
What you don't see in that background, there was an elevator. That's how he got in the middle of nowhere.
Isn't he going to be a character at one point?
If not, then, once again, I'm looking towards finding someone who knows something about either Game Maker or... I think it's the other one that came out as either Action Game Maker or Indie Game Maker. It depends on what region you get the thing from. It's basically another platform-based game maker kind of deal.
Okay, this Crystal Joe is annoying. There we go. Oh, so you get more uses of the gravity hold in this.
But I still find curious, something that was flying was sent flying.
Ugh, Crystal Man, your stage is so terrible. Do a read up on Magma Man, why not? Let's see what Dr. Light wanted to do with, yeah.
Yeah, just 1 second, I just need to get this one MSN message thing dealt with.
Oh,
Alright.
who is bothering me now?
Yeah, well, it's a certain... Well, okay, it's not that particular cat-themed miscreant, but a different one, so 1 second I get... Remember?
Cat what?
Cat-themed miscreant.
Oh, I see.
Alright. And at least they gave you one up to make up for the one you lost.
I reckon they want me to survive.
Here. And some health for that matter.
And another one up.
Yeah. Are we sure this is a proper hack? I think they're being too generous right now.
Oh, I could use a break from Rockman 2 Claw. Good old Blue Metal Man. Ooh, oh. I don't like that, so I'll just do this.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Just slow down. Ah!
Yeah.
Oh. Oh no. Quickly, kill that helicopter with helicopter blades. Power Mazzler. Oh yeah, I remembered his name. I always remember the weird ones though, so...
Well, that's because they're weird enough that they stand out.
And then I bought... Oh, thank you! Crystal Man, thank you for stopping me here. Now I can continue on at a very good pace. Remember when people told me Gyro Attack was one of the most useful Mega Man 5 weapons? They weren't lying. Oh no.
Yes. You see that tiger there?
What the?
It just landed in a pit. That's all it did. It's not... Okay, maybe it managed to find the elevator back up there, too. I don't know. Yeah.
Smooth sailing from here, Crystal Man. His weakness is the gravity hold, and it's a damn good thing because he's way harder in this one. Oh, good lord!
Crystal Man's primary method of attack is to pelt you with balls. That is how it goes down here.
And unfortunately, Crystal Man's time is out. Out. And we get the same color palette we've always had, probably, yeah. You got Crystal Eye. Woo! So next up is Charge Man. Okay, this is going to be your favorite level once you see what's in the background. Are you ready?
Alright, let's see what's going on.
Oh, you're going to like it. I promise. Just look at the background. Are you ready?
What the hell is that thing?
It's Earthbound enemy.
Wait.
And it's playing the
It's
new
been a
age.
while I played Earthbound. Now that I think about it, yeah, you're right.
And it has the new age retro hippie battle theme going on right now.
Well, at least this is the Earthbound stage I was asking for last time around, so okay, sure, let's go with it.
You'll love it when you hear it. It's great.
Let me pull up Charge Man now. Thankfully, we're pretty close to Crystal Man since it's all alphabetical order here. Okay, just reading this is like, yeah, there's a theme with the Robot Masters for this game.
They're all making money, right?
It's either they're being there to make money, or the reasons they were made were because of the result of lack of money.
And Charge Man was the lack.
Charge Man's no different. Here's the start of his entry here. Due to a lack of funding during Charge Man's development, Dr. Wily designed him with an energy reactor that runs on fuel and water, necessitating a train-like body. This ended up working out to Charge Man's advantage, however, helping to camouflage him as he moves shipments of resources to occupied areas. So basically, the reason he's a train is because Wily didn't have enough money to set up a proper energy source in, so they basically needed to make him work like a train to begin with just to be able to afford it. Yeah.
Oh.
Alright.
Poor Charge.
Charge Man is a considerably strong robot despite his antiquated power source. He attacks chiefly by charging his opponent at incredible speeds, and can also use the smokestack atop his head to launch flaming chunks of coal into the air. Charge Man possesses an earnest personality, but believing he's the cheapest robot ever made has also made him uncooperative and quick to quarrel. He likes telling old, boastful stories, but hates signs and other things written in plain letters, such as Japanese katakana.
The cheapest robot ever made.
Yes.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, apparently he's a little bit bitter on the subject.
Gyro Man is okay with it, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay, I was kind of just joking how everything involved with Roadmaster in this game were somehow about making money or dealing with lack of money. But come on now.
I think I'm dealing with lack of skill right now.
Yeah.
Alright.
And suddenly, the way Origa decided to take those characters makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah.
It was pretty accurate. Either that or the entries here kind of borrow stuff from the Origa stories, which, considering that they had dealt with them quite a bit when they were doing the translations, that wouldn't be surprising either.
But I wouldn't be surprised if that was true, though. I mean, it explains how bizarre Charge Man looks.
Yep. Basically, using the train form to help disguise him as he moves things. So basically what you're saying is Charge Man is a transformer.
Yeah, I guess.
Then suddenly everything starts making sense again. And how are these mountains floating in midair? Just occurred to me.
And everything starts making sense again, and then you see that, and you're like, no.
As I see that, and it's like, I shouldn't have been... Now I'm thinking too much about this. It's like, why are there mountains in midair?
I think Chargeman's design, though, is actually... If Wily was thinking about it like a disguise, it would have been clever, but now it just seems really stupid.
Yeah. Apparently, it helped the disguise, but...
That wasn't the original.
The disguise part was kind of an afterthought if this entry is taken as... You've taken on its word there.
Oh, for God's sakes. I hate it when the game pauses to give you energy and it messes up your timing. Whoops. Whatever. Who else we got in relation to speed? Try Nitro, man.
Alright, pulling up his page. Let's see. Out here. Okay. Needleman, Neptune, Nitro-Man. Sure. Okay. Okay. Mighty Robot Master, Mighty Vehicle. Nitro-Man once served as the leader of a robot stunt club consisting of over 60 members, and he performed as a stuntman himself for movie and television directors, taking on any job, no matter how dangerous. He is a brave daredevil and a highly skilled driver, but an infection of roboenza led to a severe case of road rage against humanity. Though he is small, Nitro-Man can transform into a motorcycle, which he uses to his advantage in combat by racing around the battlefield at high speeds. He can also attack with the wheel cutter, which resembles the blade of a circular saw. And that's his entry, in a nutshell.
Try Neptune. Let's see what Neptune is all about.
The most aquatic member of the Star Droids, Neptune looks very much like a cross between a humanoid and a fish. His primary weapon, the salt water, is a blob of liquid that packs a high sodium content and instills fear in all other robots due to its ability to make all kinds of metal rust. In addition to his saltwater attack, Neptune also stomps the ground in his lair, causing drops of acid to rain from the ceiling. Contrary to his appearance, Neptune possesses a leisurely attitude and enjoys bathing in the sea. He is a natural adept swimmer, but prone to athlete's foot, and is also concerned about his salt intake. Of course, it goes without saying that he isn't particularly fond of fishing.
Conscious about his salt intake.
Yes.
That's so bad.
There are many things that are wrong about that entry.
Not really, no. It's just terribly, terribly cliche. Oh, Neptune. Try Uranus. Wait, no, Venus. To Venus.
Before you can get to him, there's another entry here that, kind of due to the weird translating that occurred from the Mega Man and Bass translation from Rockman and Fort.
Yeah.
Let me go over what they ended up doing to try to make sense of what was on the original entry for Punk.
How about you try to make sense of the Dr. Light one, where his bad point on the GBA one was douchey?
They skipped that part, I'm afraid.
Oh.
At least, from what I can tell, they skipped that part. But alright, let's see. Here's Punk's entry. After Quint, Dr. Wily returned to designing his own Mega Man killers with the creation of Punk. Bigger and stronger than Anchor, Punk attacks with a circular saw blade known as a screw crusher. He will also use his spiked shoulder pads to curl up and turn himself into a large spiked ball and hurl himself at opponents, causing immense damage in little time. While Punk may appear menacing, he is a firm believer in his own strength and prefers that his fights be fair and square. He is independent, choosing to forge his own path for himself. He has a soft spot for accessories, but harbors a grudge against the Parent-Teacher Association, perhaps due to his tendency to easily misunderstand things.
What? What?
The original, or one of the early translations, and I think even in the GDA translation of the Rockman and Fort game, apparently they wrote him as disliking the PTA, which often is the acronym for the Parent-Teacher Association. So So they managed to work that in that way. Because apparently he just really misunderstood, or there's a really bad misunderstanding somewhere in the line. And it just hates the Parent-Teacher Association for some reason that no one really knows.
That's weird.
And it was equally weird when it popped up in the initial translation too. And that's probably as good as they could do to make any sense out of it.
Look up Uranus now, because I need to... I mean Venus, damn it. Not Uranus, Venus.
Alright. Venus's motif seems to be that of a crab, a notion reinforced by his inability to walk forward as he instead steps from side. In battle, he wields the explosive bubble bomb, as well as other smaller bubbles that drift towards their target when fired.
Oh my god! Yes! I can't believe I cleared the screen that way. Anyways, is that it?
Now, 1 second, no, that's just about... Like Terra, he's fond of cleanliness. Unlike the Star Droid leader, however, he possesses no hair, yet shampoos every morning anyway, and sports a very aggressive personality. He enjoys the Awa Dance Festival, held on the Japanese island of Shikoku, but hates octopus.
What? Oh man. They're doing...
Well, that's in the country there. Although, really, when you look at his art there, it's pretty clear this is, in fact...
Toadman.
Alternate personality of Toadman.
Yeah, he's totally Toadman, like that's what I said when I saw him in the game and went to fight him first. I was like, okay, let's go take on the next Toadman here. And then check this out, look at that. Oh. No, not that high, you idiot. Now I'm running like Metal Man. Ouch!
You can only moonwalk your way to safety for so long.
Alright, I have another question. What about, oh frig, what else is there? Mercury. Try Mercury.
Let me get to that section. Okay.
Oh, I hate those things.
Mercury. Alright. They got a bit of running for hit. Mercury is a star droid whose body is made of a liquid metal alloy that is capable of dissolving into more gelatinous form. This allows him to assume other shapes, or even split into smaller components.
Yellow Devil.
He complements the attack power of his shape-shifting abilities with the Grab Buster, which he utilizes to steal the energy and items from opponents in order to restore his own vitality. Mercury is a believer in... Okay, this is different. Mercury is a believer in communism, resulting in his having as he is willing to take from them as he is from his enemies. In fact, he and Pluto are known to have an added degree of friction between them for some reason. Mercury has a loose tongue, but fortunately for him, he's able to make quick escapes. Nonetheless, dislikes it when people talk about him behind his back.
Fan of communism. What?
Mercury is a communist.
That's... Okay, what's the next star droid? Let's try Pluto.
Yeah, so apparently they don't get along, so let's see what Pluto has to say about this matter. With speedy reflexes and a cat-like appearance, the star droid Pluto is quick on his feet and was created to work and fight in jungle-like environments. This proficiency would later lead to him being used as a model for the robot master Slashman.
Oh! That's interesting.
Well, when you look at Slashman's design, yeah, you can actually see...
Yeah, you can see the Pluto in him, yeah.
Alright. Pluto's quickness allows him to employ his break dash technique to dash both straight forward and up the walls like a...
Oh, thank God! Red Charge, man! Woohoo!
There you go.
Oh.
He also fired 2 types of energy shots from his hand. Oh, well, that scrolled on screen real fast. And the crystallization... Oh wait, no, that worked that time.
Alright.
Yeah, he also fires 2 types of energy shots from his hands. One that flies straight in front of him, and another that can home in on its target. While Pluto's reflexes are remarkable, he's said to be vulnerable to cold. Fond of his long nails, he enjoys decorating them, but does not like pedicures. Pluto also seems to be on bad terms with Mercury, perhaps due to his vulnerability to the fellow Star Droid's grab-buster weapon.
I wish it was because Mercury was a communist and he was like a Democrat.
Ew. Unfortunately, the communist feels like, hey, I'll just steal energy from both enemy and friend. Which is why they're not really friends.
Alright, let's try Mars. Mars, there's a good one. Mars had a pretty good weapon. Oh, I got the charge kick. Oh boy.
You don't want the charge kick, you want the flash kick. That's the one you really want.
And now let's go to Napalm Man, who's weak to the charge kick.
Yeah, as a side note, yes, they do have the Genesis unit in here. Otherwise known as pretty much
wow.
Mega
Look at this.
This is from the NES, or loosely based in part from the NES Terminator / Donkey Kong Country / I'm not sure at this point.
It's Donkey Kong Country.
Oh, I just want to throw something that looked really similar to the floor in there in one of the old NES Terminator games too, but I don't know.
So yeah, Mars is related to Napalm Man, sorta. When you think about it.
Yeah, I read. 1 second, let me pull up the pages again. Yeah. Since I never really got a chance to play with the Wily Wars too much, I keep forgetting about who's in the Genesis unit.
Buster Rod.
They're based on Journey to the West characters.
Yeah, we have Buster Rod, Goku, Hyperstorm, I forget what the H stands for, and Mega Water something, yeah. I just remember Goku because...
Okay, I got Mars' page now. Likened to a walking tank, Mars is a star droid who is armed to the teeth with an arsenal of weaponry. His equipment is heavy enough that he cannot jump, so he uses rollers attached to his feet to move quickly along the ground. Mars' signature attack is the Photon Missile, a rocket that hovers in the air briefly before propelling itself quickly at its target. His array of attacks also include rapid-fire shots, guided missiles, and landmines. Created for war, Mars loves survival games and is not keen on showing his enemies mercy. Despite this, he is said to have a big heart. Curiously enough, although he is well armed, he has difficulty controlling his landmines, a fact that causes him no small amount of grief. He is also unable to ride airplanes. I'm guessing he's landed on his own landmines before. Somehow that would make sense.
Ooh. Hello, Eddie.
Okay, I just flipped to Jupiter's page by accident here.
Go with that, sure.
It's worth keeping because of the attributed quote, which kind of pits him with the boss from this game.
What?
Get out of the way, or get out of my way, you propeller-powered scum. That's the quote.
Oh no, he did not just.
Yep, he just took a shot at Gyro Man there.
Oh, Jupiter, you've gotten on my shit list now.
Okay, let's see. Jupiter is one star droid is the one star droid who is capable of flight. During his past days as a part of the ancient civilization from which the star droids hail, Jupiter is equipped with a megaton-class bomb, but felt that using it indoors posed too much of a threat to his own body. As a result, he adopted electrical attacks instead. It's quite fitting, then, that his primary attack is the electric shock, which emits a powerful, short-range electric beam. Never one to become too predictable in a fight, Jupiter also mixes things by firing small sparks and attempting to collide with his foes directly using a skydive attack. Jupiter loves flight, enjoying aerial acrobatics while trying to avoid air turbulence. But though flying is one of his favorite things to do, he is less fond of propeller power flight. He is said to be a speed maniac, and some believe this is why he seems to frequently lose things.
Oh, so maybe he's just taking shots at helicopters, but in essence, that's a shot at Gyro Man.
Yeah. It's basically, the way it's written, though, you know who they're implying.
Yeah! Oh, it's my last life. Let's make it count. Come on. Whoa, that missile came out really fast. We didn't even read on Napalm Man, did we?
I just picked up his page, actually. Since he's dead now, but created to guard Dr. Wily's secret weapons factory, Napalm Man is armed with powerful explosives and has caterpillar treads for feet. As he's a literal walking weapon, he has few friends, as even his comrades tend to get a bit nervous around his arsenal weaponry. His main weapon is a napalm bulb, an explosive capsule that he fires from his arms.
That was good timing.
A missile launcher on his head, and smaller guided missiles on his shoulders. During his routine daily patrol of the factory, Napalm Man tends to search for weapons stronger than his own.
Oh my.
Napalm Man is a huge weapons enthusiast, to the point that it be considered a rabid obsession. He even dreamt of opening a weapons museum, a dream he could come to one day realize. But sadly, when that day arrived, no one came to see the museum. His overwhelming passion for weapons aside, Napalm Man is faithful to his duties, though he hates safety equipment.
Look at where we are.
I believe... shouldn't this be in the air right now? Why do you have a helicopter thing floating underwater now?
I don't know. Alright, so let's do Wave Man now.
Yeah, I'm keeping one of these pages bookmarked to the side here, just because it'll actually be kind of useful later. Let's get Wave Man. No, that's Wind Man. When Dr. Wily reasoned that the first step to world domination would be gaining control of the water supply, he deployed his amphibious combat robot, Wave Man, to invade and take control of the Water Quality Administration Facility.
Okay, that is a good plan.
Yeah, that's one of the few ones where it's actually a good idea worked out here, and not some general silliness or something due to lack of budget. Mind you, I haven't finished reading the entry yet, so let's see what goes up next.
Yeah.
Armed with the Water Wave, Wave Man is capable of encountering pressurized volumes of water, which burst forth from the ground. His offensive ability is augmented by a buster that fires harpoons from his right arm. These are both range attacks, however. Wave Man is rather vulnerable when fought in close quarters. Wave Man is known for being highly emotional and easily moved to tears. He is also prone to fits of anger, during which he will fire his harpoons around violently until his rage subsides. Overall, he is an antisocial robot who's not easily approachable and would sooner take a walk by himself at the bottom of the ocean than engage other robots in conversation. He also hates sludge and toxic waste, both of which only serve to fuel his temper.
Huh.
So basically, he's not a people person.
Indeed. And this segment sucks, by the way.
Probably because you can't actually ride the dolphins properly. and they throw everything in there, and there's a lot of flickering in general, it looks like.
Yeah. That's why it's bad.
The page I had bookmarked to the side because you're doing the Mega Man and Bass run right now.
Yeah.
First, humans and harboring a seething hatred for all of their kind, King mysteriously appeared one day with the ambition of creating a nation of robots. To this end, he took over Dr. Wily's castle that used as his own base and raided an old robot museum to form an army of his own, leaving Wily, Bass, and Treble to seek refuge with Dr. Light as they formed a temporary truce. As it turns out, King was actually one of Wily's own creations, designed to surpass Bass's abilities and lead the assembled robot army to war. However, King's distaste of robot violence forced Wily to brainwash his own creation so that the plan could proceed. Eventually, the combined forces of Mega Man, Bass, and even Proto Man would prove to be enough to bring down the Regal robot. After his apparent destruction, King apologizes to Mega Man in a letter, promising to work toward world peace, implying he survived. In battle, King wielded a shield capable of absorbing energy blasts and redirecting them at his enemies as lasers. When that was destroyed, he engaged his foes with an axe whose power was great enough to cleave Proto Man in half with one blow. He augmented these abilities with a Gemini laser-like beam, and following his defeat and further brainwashing by Wily, took control of the Jet King Robo-Tank.
That's that thing's called, right?
Apparently the weakness, Lightning Bolt.
Oh, so that's why that lightning move worked really good. When I had done a casual playthrough.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, I glitched it up, look at this!
It's not even firing in a way that can hit you, is it?
Nope.
I guess it's to compensate for the entire rest of the section there. Unfortunately, then they toss you right back in there.
Oh, this level's gonna be bad. Alright.
I got another entry here that's amusing.
What?
To stave off loneliness, Dr. Wily created the robot bird Reggae to serve as his house pet. Unfortunately, currently more of an annoyance than anything, as he is noisy, fault-finding, and condescending, laughing incessantly whenever something goes wrong. Perhaps this is why Reggae has been so rarely seen. By now, he seems to have found a place running a shop in which Bass can trade the bulbs he finds for useful items such as energy tanks and even adapters for treble. Reggae exists because Dr. Wily needed some company.
And then he didn't like that company, so he just got rid of him.
Reggae tends to make a few more appearances in the Ariga books. And in his case, it was actually supposedly made for as a present for Rock, but it was really kind of a spy robot, which was blown up in that same book, but later rebuilt. As even though everyone else seemed to generally hate Reggae, for some reason, Wily still had a fondness for him. To put up with him long enough and to remake him.
Here we go.
Those things that drop from the lack of a ceiling there, but just where are they coming from? There's nothing for them to drop from up there.
No idea, I'm gonna glitch this guy out again, I hope. Shoot up. Oh. Alright, here we go again! Shoot the invisible pylon! Get an extra life! But I need health more than that. Whoa! No, what are you doing there? Space Met?
I believe it's one of the Mets that fell from orbit from that really odd Rockman hack you played last time.
Oh my god, they're doing it! We're doing it, man, we're doing it! Oh no! Oh my god, so much extra lives! Yes! How fitting that that's the end. What? Wait, pardon me 1 minute.
Yep.
Oh. Body irritation is so annoying. Alright. Waveman's weakness is the napalm bomb. Oddly enough. But his water waves seem to stop them. Oh wait, no, they just sit down uselessly now. Right. Weapon alteration. Now you have to drop it on his head, which becomes increasingly difficult. In fact, you better off just Buster running him. It'll be more fun anyways. Shoots the harpoon a bit slower though. Which in turn makes it harder to dodge.
Well, he still seems to go down fairly easy enough to the Buster. So basically it's just a matter of not getting hit.
Thanks.
That being said, you just got hit.
Thank you! Thank you for jinxing it! Read the entry on Eddie.
Eddie. Eddie is a small cybernetic suitcase robot. Yes. He's a walking trash can. That's what he is. A walking trash can that shoots things out and may in fact be inhabited by Oscar the Grouch.
Oh my god.
That's what's really going on with Eddie there. Alright, in terms of what's going on in the entry though. Eddie is a small cybernetic suitcase robot Dr. White uses to deliver items to Mega Man in the field. He transports such items to Mega Man by carrying them inside his own head. He flips open the lid on the top of his head to dispense the items, this leading him sometimes to being referred to as Flip Top. So that's how they work that in. Eddie was still in the middle of development when Dr. Cossack initiated his plans for world domination, forcing Dr. Light to send him to carry out his deliveries before being completed. As a result of this, he cannot select which item he takes to Mega Man, making deliveries random at best. Perhaps as a result of this, he enjoys lottery drawings, though he dislikes waste. He is good at carrying things, but not so much at keeping them in order. Kind of, I got a scratchy throat in a moment, so this is why this particular reading is a little more harsh. In addition to delivering items to Mega Man in the field, Eddie is equipped with a jetpack during the evil energy incident to instead bring a special delivery to the Blue Bomber's enemies, a seemingly endless supply of bombs. During this particular adventure, it was left to Rush to bring energy and other items to Mega Man. And that's the entry for Eddie.
What about Otto?
Alright, probably. Otto is a spaz. That's all you need to know. There's his actual entry here. While with Mega Man spending more and more time battling Dr. Wily, Dr. Light has taken on the fervent inventor Otto as a robot assistant. A huge fan of the Blue Bomber, he helps in the battle against Wily's forces by using a special machine in the shop to create items for Mega Man from bolts found scattered about. He and Eddie seem to have formed a close bond, with Otto working out of a mobile shop designed after the smaller robot's appearance, called Big Eddie's. Though some may say he's a little dull, Otto's always willing to lend a helping hand. He even took up arms with a large bazooka during the evil energy incident, blasting Mega Man's enemies to smithereens. Though he loves riddles and eating crackers, he dislikes studying and tends to be unfocused.
Ah, there we go. Figured way man out.
Robot eating crackers.
Alright. Oh, we already did Stone Man, huh?
And it seems like talk about an inventor as a robot assistant. It credits Dr. Light as being his creator, but apparently Otto is a legitimate inventor of his own right.
Huh. Look up Dr. Cossack on there.
Alright, he'd be in the quote-unquote important humans section. One second, that's at the back of the book.
And last but not least, Stone Man. Oh.
Alright, actually the Cossacks are both put into one entry, so this is both Kalinka and Mikhail at the same time. Okay, Dr. Mikhail, I can't pronounce his middle name to save my life here. Sergeyik, or something like that. Cossack is a graduate of the Robotic Engineering Department at Russia's Rural Engineering College, and now belongs to the Savinsky Engineering Academy. Doctors Light and Wily, he is recognized as one of the few scientists in the entire world who is capable of creating the advanced, artificially intelligent humanoid robots known as Robot Masters. Throughout his career, he has been bestowed numerous accolades, including there's a lot of Russian names in this entry. The Brzezinski Science Award and the Service of Promoting Science Award. Yeah, these names are throwing me for a loop here. Okay. In his spare time, Cossack has been known to show appreciation for ballet dancing. Dr. Wily recognized his talent and chose to utilize in one of his many schemes for world domination. After having his daughter kidnapped and his creation stolen and modified for combat, Cossack was placed as Wily's puppet figurehead for a new attempt at world conquest. He challenged Dr. Light and Mega Man, and it was only when he and the Blue Bomber engaged in battle that the truth was revealed, thanks to Proto Man betraying Dr. Wily by freeing the younger Kalinka Cossack. Following that trying ordeal and Dr. Wily's subsequent defeat, Dr. Cossack showed his patience to Dr. Light and Mega Man by creating Beat, a robot bird assistant that aids Mega Man by attacking his enemies or swooping in and catching him from otherwise fatal falls. He would also later support Mega Man when Dr. Light was seemingly kidnapped by Proto Man. Since then, he has been able to secure the necessary funding to create an amazing new research facility in which he can carry out his work and perform new experiments.
Huh.
Also noted, I'm 90% sure he was one of the playable characters in Rockboard.
Well, that's good to know.
At least Kalinka was off the top of my head. And both made an appearance not too long ago in one of the latest arcs of the Archie Mega Man comic. Which is also the one, during the arc there, they introduced Quake Woman off the top of my head.
What? That sounds terrible. No. Quake Woman?
Actually, to tell you the truth, the Archie series is actually pretty good.
Despite...
I'd actually recommend picking up the Archie series. It's... outside of the Riga books, it's actually... Well, considering once you remove the Riga books, there's not too much selection to work with here. But it's actually the best North American Mega Man-based comic.
The best...
Reminder, when your combination is honestly the Dreamwave series, which lasted all of 4 issues, that isn't too much competition I'll give you, but still, no, it's actually a pretty decent book.
I will have to say, though, the best American Mega Man is the Ruby Spears one. It's just so cheesy, it's fun.
Yeah. No, the Archie series is actually pretty decent. I would recommend it.
I would recommend being able to make that goddamn jump! Oh, sorry. Stone Man does this to me. Ooh. Look up Grenade Man. That'd be an interesting read.
Well, I can tell you one thing, he's inferior to Bomberman in every way. I didn't mean Bomb Man. I said
Man!
That is a superior bomb-based individual.
I know, I'm sorry, but when you said Mom Man,
I said bomb. Did it say sound like Mom Man? I said Bomb Man.
Yeah, but no, you stopped in the middle of it. But it sounded like you said Mom Man. I'm like, is that the first transvestite robot?
No, although I imagine that would... Well, it would be interesting, I say. That would be different.
It'd be great.
Okay, add that to the list of things to add in the Sniper Joe spin-off. A really confused robot master named Mom Man. And is that a shot stopped in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah.
It looks...
They can shoot at variable speeds, including no speed at all.
Yeah.
What the hell am I doing this for? Oh! No. Again with these technical issues.
Yeah.
Gotta get hit on purpose sometimes, you know?
Let's see. What I find curious about some of these entries is, and mainly in the later ones, they don't have, well, art drawn up for what the weapons look like when Mega Man uses them, but in other cases, where they should honestly have entries for them, they just don't actually show them. Like in Punk's case, they do actually have an illustration of Mega Man using the Screw Crusher. I know I've seen the illustration before, but it's not actually present in this particular book.
Huh.
Of course, by the time you get to Mega Man 7, well, not so much 7, they have illustrations there. By the time you get to Mega Man 8, okay, sure, you don't have the illustrations anymore at that point, so it kind of makes sense.
So, are you looking at Grenade Man and gonna read it?
Yeah, I just picked up Grenade Man page here. Dr. Wily created the battle robot Grenade Man to be armed to the teeth with explosives. The reckless robot master loves to destroy things, if only for his own amusement, and even takes a masochistic pleasure in being caught in his own explosions. He was ecstatic upon learning that he would be dispatched to a dynamite factory. Okay, so he's nuts. Alright. His main armament, the Flash Bomb, is an explosive that leaves a sparkling flare in its wake. While not employing that weapon, Grenade Man will jump around and lob grenades around the room. If his energy is depleted to a certain level in battle, he uses his Crazy Destroyer, where he fires a series of bombs that demolishes the floor in his room. Grenade Man is a manic character, perhaps even psychotic, and loves being stimulated. One of his main hobbies is destroying things, and the enjoyment he derives from it has left him non-discriminatory in choosing his targets. If it can explode, he's happy to blow it up. Naturally, he is less fond of more rational robots.
What about, Frost Man?
Frost Man thinks that Grenade Man is a crazy son of a bitch.
Yeah.
That's what's going on. Really? Come on now. Well, he's not from this game. It seems he would fit in the theme of this game pretty well.
Oh dear.
By modifying Clown Man, Dr. Wily found himself saddled with a surplus of spare parts. With these, he constructed the behemoth Frost Man. Large size, unfortunately, leads to poor oil circulation. So basically, it's like, yeah, I have all these other things lying around. Yeah, I'll make another robot out of them.
Is that why he's...
Frostman's main attack is the Ice Wave, in which he creates a wave of ice spirals that travel along the ground and freeze everything in its forward-moving path. He also tends to utilize his brute strength by punching blocks of ice at his opponents, or just by encasing his fist in a large spiked clump of ice before punching his foes directly. Frostman's intelligence, or at least his ability to articulate, appears to be limited. This stereotypically befits a giant of his stature. Even though his immensely heavy form can prove a hindrance, he remains proud of his size and strength. Strangely, although he dislikes frostbite, he enjoys rock candy. So much, in fact, that he dreams of turning Rock into his own personal snow cone and introducing him to his own form of frostbite.
That's unique, isn't it?
It's different.
Oh. Well, try, frig, Searchman. I want to see what they have on him.
Well, before we get to that, just as a side note of something they write in the Freezeman's entry. Now, basically, Freezeman is a fan of Iceman.
Of course. Who isn't? Okay, Fireman maybe, but, you know.
Not so much Fireman, but,
It's like a Legman that likes him, because he can beat him.
Alright. Searchman began life as a defensive robot made for surveillance, but when Dr. Wily stole and repurposed him for battle, he added a second head to the robot in the hopes that it would give him the combat capabilities of two robots. Instead, one head took the role of sergeant, while the other assumed the role of, or position of sergeant major, with the two not getting along and often spending more time being suspicious of each other than completing their objectives. Searchman has many notable attacks, including a blind firing of a missile barrage known as the Deadly Storm, and a spiked spinning discus that rebounds off of walls. His primary weapon, a homing sniper, allows him to target enemies with small homing missiles that rarely miss their mark. He is also skilled at taking cover, using dummies to confound and confuse his opponents in battle. Searchman's two heads allow him for wider than normal field of vision, although he tends not to use his ability to its fullest. He's a bit cowardly and prefers to launch sneak attacks instead of confronting opponents directly. He is not into negotiation, perhaps due to his two heads constantly trying to talk over one another.
I love this already, that's great.
The Wily army is an incredibly dysfunctional one.
None of them get along. Look at how weird the Power Stone moves.
Yeah, it's kind of moving around erratically in this.
It's the first time Stone Man's been difficult. Well, mildly difficult.
Well, we all know what the true boss of this stage is, the sun.
Oh, indeed. He will chase me all throughout the desert. Oof.
Yep.
Screw this.
I imagine Beat is going to attack the sun now.
Go, Beat, go! Hi. Whoa! It's super effective!
That's because Beat is actually overpowered in this game. And it seems he wasn't toned down by whoever did the ROM hack.
Yeah, Beat! Woohoo! And I think that should be a close for this game. If you still got time, we can do some more if you'd like.
Admittedly, I'd love to do more. My throat is actually getting a bit scratchy at this point.
And it's time to end it, huh?
It's probably time to end it this time around. If my throat wasn't so scratchy, then yeah, sure, but right now it's not exactly working.
Alright, so with my mouse, what? That's the new color, Proto Man.
It's not Proto Man, it's... Well, it's supposed to be Proto Man, except it's not Proto Man. Yeah, it's not Break Man. And Dark Man clearly doesn't know I have to impersonate the right person here. And that, or it's the blue starting to roll over.
Oh.
Which means quickly change the channel.
Alright, bye, folks.
Take it easy.